This Cult Cinema Showdown is brought to you by boys who never found their way.
And cookies with a temperament.
Possibly more.
Let us punch. And we punch.
We have punched.
With our cookies.
With cookies and some milk. He needs some milk!
That has been a reoccurring theme.
What, milk?
Yes. Why is my mic that low?
Because
There we go.
Get low, get low, get low, get low.
Just like that milk.
Got milk?
On the floor.
He needs some milk. Dude, what is it with the spilt milk lately?
I know. It's anything with milk in a film.
Wasn't it like that last time?
Yeah, with Natural Born Killers. He needed milk.
He needed some milk.
Hydrate him with the D.
The vitamin D.
That calcium.
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 Yum.
Yeah.
Welcome to episode 36 of the Super Media Bros podcast. I am Midnight Agent Raw.
And I'm Okami.
Oh, Cookie Kami.
Oh, Cookie Kami. I'm Kukami.
Kukami.
With a temperament.
With a temperament.
With a tender mint.
With a tender mint.
Tender man.
Tender man.
Ooh.
Tenderloin man.
We got nothing.
We got nothing for you.
That was the show.
That's it.
Come back next week.
Yeah, come back. Yeah, come back next week. We're kidding. That was a troll. We're totally joking.
No, we're not.
Oh, yeah, we're just fucking with you guys. We actually have quite a show for you. So, this is the 5th installment of our Cult Cinema Showdown series. Yeah, we decided let's go with some vampires versus werewolves on this motherfucker.
And in September.
Yeah, and
We should be doing this in October, but we're preparing ourselves.
that's right. And the cool part about this one, in this series, this is the first fan submission episode.
Duh?
Yeah, we had listeners comment on a post we made a few months ago. I say a few months ago. I think it was more like one. My time is so fucked.
It's all a blur at this point.
It really fucking is a blur. So we had 3 of our loyal listeners send in.
Wait, we have 3 now? I thought we had 2.
Apparently, we have 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, moving on the fuck
Where's
up.
the first? Where's the other one at? I don't know. Who's this person?
The other one.
Another one.
Another one. Well, so third person, welcome to the shit show.
How are you?
Yeah, exactly. So
We'll give you a button and some stickers.
That's right.
And maybe our butts.
That too.
No.
So, the movies on this one are Lost Boys, which was sent in by Mexican Vanilla 15 on Instagram, and Ginger Snaps sent in by Chelsea Shells and Betcha Itzpetch on Instagram. We actually had 2 people suggest the same film, and I was just like, well, you know what? 2 people can't be wrong.
Do it.
So we fucking did it.
How's it doing?
How's it doing, dude?
It's doing now.
How's it doing, good?
It's doing good.
Doing good?
Just like that OJ.
Which, by the way, to you 3, you will be receiving stickers and buttons and shit. So if you're listening to this, get in contact with us on Facebook or Instagram Messenger, and we will mail your shit to you promptly.
Pronto.
Pronto tanto.
Let us punch. There we go.
I punched the shit. I literally punched this mic, not Mike Tyson, but I punched this
No,
one.
don't punch the hardware.
Okay, fuck.
Punch the software.
Punch the software.
The software.
The software. Tuffle and toth around.
Software and thuckatash.
Thuffer and thuckatash. Let's get into this, motherfuckers. So,
first on the list is Lost Boys.
which is directed by Joel Schumacher.
which is clearly evident in this film.
Oh, fuck yeah, it is. Oh, fuck yes, it is. So, yeah, Joel Schumacher, he has done films like The Client, A Time to Kill, Falling Down, 8mm, which was one of my favorite Nick Cage films, St. Elmo's Fire, and Batman Forever and Batman and Robin.
That should tell you enough right there.
Absolutely.
By those two films.
Which, well, that's a totally different topic for another fucking day, sir.
Yes.
Let's focus on the good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Also, the number 23.
Which is a good film.
Yeah, I actually liked that one.
Really good film.
Yes. So, Joel Schumacher decided, hey, we need some motherfucking vampires up in this bitch. And not only did we need some motherfucking vampires.
We needed Kiefer Sutherland.
Fuck yeah.
23.
We needed Kiefer Sutherland. There is a reason that the term glampire is a thing because of this fucking movie.
He had a whole David Bowie with vampirism.
Dude, that's probably the most accurate fucking description of Kiefer Sutherland's character in this film.
Like it was so odd seeing him this young. Like I'm so used to seeing him as Jack Bauer in this like old grungy like, oh my god, I gotta save the United States kind of attitude. Now he's just like glamfire.
Motherfucker, look at my blonde ass hair. Look at my motorcycle. Look at my leather.
Look at my teeth.
Look at my motherfucking teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Teeth or Sutherland.
Teeth or Sutherland.
Teeth or
Sunkerland.
All right, so
yeah, basically it's a family flying. No, they didn't fly. They drove from Arizona to
Phoenix.
Yeah,
they drove from Phoenix to
San Francisco,
Santa Carla.
Well, near San Francisco,
motherfuckers.
But Santa Carla, you're right.
Yeah, it's Cali, yo, California.
Beach, blondes, and babes.
Not to be confused with Andy Sedaris, but still.
Yeah. But not much of that's apparent in this film.
Oh no, this was very stylized film. Very, actually very well done. This is my favorite Schumacher film.
Mm.
So, opens up, you get Corey Haim, who was one of the two famous Coreys in the 1980s, alongside Corey Feldman, who was also in this film. Anyway, his
too much Corey,
who plays Sam Emerson, and his older brother Michael. Their mother is recently divorced, and they drive out to Santa Carla to live with her father, their grandpa, who is eccentric as all get out in this film.
Very hippie.
I love this man so much.
What was it that you referenced him as? He's a hippie version of what?
He's like it's like Stan Lee. Yeah.
Stan hippie. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. But for real, like you look at him and you just see the personality and you're like, holy shit, he fucking would be.
He's like, didn't I tell you not about to do this? Yeah. Okay, as long as you know.
His little spot in the refrigerator is the second shelf, and it just says "old fart," and it's like a little flap that lifts up, and I think it's like some snack cakes and beer, basically.
Something.
The diet that I aspire to have when I am his age.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just give me a fucking shelf full of Miller High Life and a fuck ton of fucking zebra cakes or some shit. I don't care anymore. What a winning combination, by the way. I'm just saying.
Retirement food.
Rich retirement food.
Yeah. Rich in nutrients.
That's right.
Richy nutrients.
That's it. Full of it.
Yar.
So, anyway, he's kind of giving the tour or whatever. And first off, before this even happens, there's a giant opening shot of the boardwalk area. And you kind of get introduced to Kiefer Sutherland's David character with his clan. And they're just not wanted anywhere. He's like, they're on this carousel, and she's like, I told you guys to get out of here, blah, 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 like security. And apparently you find out really early on they're troublemakers.
And they're chasing this fat fuck of a policeman.
Dude, look, I am a fat fuck, and even I am just like, bruh. Let's talk about that because this policeman in particular is the one that told them to go fuck themselves in particular.
Yep.
So, good on him, though, for parking way the fuck out in the parking lot, you know? Because then you just get this, like, overhead aerial shot, like, flying down, which in... You find out that is kind of supposed to be flight happening.
Of the Lost Boys kind.
Can we please fucking talk about he notices them in the air. They don't show them, but he notices. And he goes to get in his car, and he looks like he is just taking the car door to fucking Pound Town, man.
Quite literally, the actual angle was right at the door handle, and you just see the car jostling with him bumping into the door.
And then there's a camera shot like inside the driver's seat, and he's just...
All in terror, by the way. Just, ah!
Ah! But you know what the best fucking part is? He is trying to open this fucking door, okay? They pick him up, and he's hanging onto the handle, and the door just magically rips the fuck off the hinges.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck, dude?
Like, who had the power behind that pull?
I've got the power! Ah! He just rips it right the fuck off. I've got the car door. Car door Sutherland.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make Sutherland jokes all fucking night.
You keep them coming.
I will. Chief Kiefer Sutherland. Jesus fuck.
Doody, doody, doody.
Queefer Sutherland.
Ew.
Yeah, you're welcome for that.
Yucky.
Anyway, so they attack the guard, and that's when they cut to Corey Haim, Sam, and his brother.
The
Michael.
Coreys.
Yeah, well, no, one of the Coreys. We get introduced to Feldman later, which, by the way, before we even get that far, every time I hear his voice and I'm not looking at the screen, it's Donatello. I'm just saying, for you guys out there. So there is a beach party. They're like, okay, let's go explore the town. We're new to this motherfucker. Let's get out of there. So they go to the boardwalk. Sam and Michael do, and there is a beach party happening, which you fucking pointed out something hilarious about the saxophone player on this fucking beach party.
Motherfucker looks like Shawn Michaels from WWE.
Yeah, like the Heartbreak Kid himself.
Like,
playing some saxophone.
Shirtless,
muscle
greasy
bound.
ass, like ponytail like hair. The whole chains and whatnot all over his body. And he's just like rocking out like he would normally on the ring. And I was just like, man, you just need to kick something. Make Sweet Chin music, and it would have been a perfect setup.
He was playing some Sweet Chin music.
He was, with that freaking saxophone.
Would you like to hear a fun fact about this man?
Please tell.
This man, IRL, in real life, was actually Tina Turner's saxophone player in the 80s and 90s.
So he just kept it rolling?
He did. He fucking definitely kept that shit going. But yeah, that I fucking died when you said that. I was like, what the fuck? And sure enough, I look up leather pants, slick back, like long hair muscles, and I was like, oh, fucking shit.
It's uncanny how close they resemble each other.
Yeah. I mean, from a distance, actually. But even still, it's like, what the fuck? So, this is all happening. And Sam goes to a comic book store. And...
Well, this is
like afterward.
This is after Michael sees Star, which is one of the girls, or the girl, basically, from the clan. And he's just mesmerized, because obviously she's part of this, like, vampirism thing. So they walk away to chase her, and, you know, Sam's interrogating Michael. What are you doing? Is it a girl? Blah, 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 whatever, being an annoying little brother.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, don't you have anything better to do? He's like, you know what? You're right. So he goes into a little comic book shop. Well, Michael pursues the pussy.
That's right.
And
that's where Sam meets Edgar and Alan Frog.
Who are very much hinting at the fact that they're vampire hunters.
Oh, yeah. And they engage in a conversation about Batman and Superman comics. And he's hunting down a Batman number 47, which is like he has like one of the 4 that are actually in existence. Then he starts talking about how you can't put like this Superman comic with this Superman comic because, you know, storylines and...
This story arc issue, and then another one...
They haven't discovered red kryptonite yet.
Yeah.
Gotta put it here.
And then one of the brothers is like, here, you should read this. oh, I don't read horror comics. You'll like this one.
It's like just pretty... Dude, they drive a hard bargain, too. They're like, you'll like this one. Take it. And it's like, wait, what? He's like pretty much like holding him at gunpoint. You better take this fucking comic book, goddammit.
How to Deal with Vampires. Literally, it's like that vague of a title. How to Deal with Vampires.
Yeah, and it's all like... I would love to have a copy of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd fucking frame it. I'd be like, look at that.
See, I learned shit from this thing.
Mm-hmm.
What did I learn? Great art style.
I learned how to deal with vampires.
In a very illustrated sort of way.
Very illustrated. Look, they even had pictures. They even had instructional booklet pictures in this motherfucker.
When they bite, it hurts. That's very good instructions.
Vampires bite.
Yeah.
That's right.
They suck, too.
I don't know if he called him a shit-sucking vampire at one point.
Yeah, that was great.
So that happens. And they're trying to teach him about the threat that they've basically said has infiltrated the entire town. Which you're sitting there just thinking, man, these fucking kids, these fucking kids, they're just blowing smoke up his ass, and they're just fucking with him.
They basically remind me of like the typical like Goonies or like the Stranger Things group of kids. It's just like they act way more mature and badass than they should be.
Well, the thing is that this film originally had kind of a Goonies vibe to it because they wanted all these characters to be much younger, like way younger, and Joel Schumacher was like, no, we can appeal to like teens and like young adults. So they went with like the glammed up kind of thing that we got in this film. That. So Michael, like, in the middle of all this, finally goes to talk to Star and gets approached by David. Like, he's about to invite her. He's like, hey, you want to go get something to eat? And she goes to get on the motorcycle, and then...
Actually, no, you're going ahead of yourself. Because at that point, Michael sees Star take off with David, and then that pursues on to the next time they meet after that.
Okay.
Yeah, because they end up meeting at the little festival or something afterwards. And they go to... do whatever teens do at that time and frame. So David catches up with him at the bike and asks Star, what are you doing? And she explains, like, just leave him alone. We're going to do this. So they make Michael race with them on their bikes. And Michael's like, I can't beat y'all with my bike. He's like, I don't want you to beat us. I want you to keep up.
Yeah.
So this sequence is basically the initiation into their little group, and it gets to the point where Michael and David are playing chicken on the cliffside, and they get to the very end of it, and Michael's like freaking the fuck out, and then he slides off being the chicken in this situation, and he grabs David and punches him. He's like, me and you right now, just me and you.
Yeah, just you, motherfucker.
So David's like, hold on, let me show you something. Like, he's not even engaging this guy. He's just like, let me show you something. And this is where it all happens. The lair, the cave, the bat cave in this situation.
Dude, what if instead of him being so cool about it, he's like, let me show you something. He gets fucking punched in the face and comes back like Fire Marshal Bill, where he's just like, let me show you something!
Mm-hmm.
Slap the fucking goof right into him. Oh, I forgot to make mention. We get introduced to the Max character when... Sam and Michael are kind of around the boardwalk, and the mother walks into the video store. Yes. Lucy.
Who had a lost child in the middle of all the crowd. Who does this child belong to? Does Max know? How about Thorne?
Oh, man. Oh, man. We'll get into that little motherfucker later. Holy shit.
So, yeah, Lucy ends up getting a job with Max, this little video shop, and then stuff happens.
So... back to the Batcave question.
The Kiefer cage.
Sutherland.
Yeah, literally.
This is it. This is Kiefer's Sutherland.
Keeper.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
If you meet him, he's definitely a keeper.
But
yeah, they bring Michael to the lair, the cave, whatever you want to call it at this point. David gives him the whole spiel about what happened. They had an earthquake that hit, split the land open. This little location basically fell underground, and then they discovered it, and it was like, this is ours now.
Oh, we claiming this motherfucker. And out of nowhere, they have Chinese food.
Mm-hmm.
Just there.
And probably one of the more interesting parts of the movie is whenever Michael's starting to eat, and he's like, just
nonchalantly, David looks over.
How do those maggots taste?
What?
Yeah, you're eating maggots. And he looks down, and it's just full of fucking maggots. Throws on the ground, and it becomes rice again. So that's literally the whole, like, vampirism trick, of the mind and stuff like that.
Yeah, because David's sitting there fucking eating lo mein, and he's like, you want some worms? And he's like, what? There's just a fuck ton of worms in this little takeout container.
So after they fuck with him for a brief period of time, they give him something to drink it down with. And it's in this very elaborate, like, bottle with gold and jewels and stuff like that. Obviously, it's the liquid to bring Michael to their side.
Yeah, and Star tries to warn Michael that it's blood, and he just is like, yeah, haha, sure, it's blood, whatever.
Because, fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me 3 times, shame on me.
Motherfucker.
So he takes a swig, and then everything just happens naturally. They party until fucking 2 a.m., 3 a.m. when the sun starts showing. Michael wakes up in the fucking room with, headache pounding, turning the lights off, whatever.
Sunshades. Can we talk about, bruh, those were some dirty ass. I mean, now, granted, he fucking, like, fell into the sand on that cliffside and then, got into a bunch of shit, probably partied all fucking night. And this is the start of where I figured out that fucking Michael just does not change his clothes. Like, I think he has worn the same fucking pair of jeans, shoes, well, obviously shoes, but I think he's worn the same pair of fucking jeans and the same white t-shirt throughout the rest of this film.
Pretty much.
How you gonna wake up in the bed with your tennis shoes on all over the fucking pillow?
That's Michael.
Bruh. Stop it.
That.
Get some help.
I'm glad we're on the same wavelength.
Oh,
about
fuck
that.
yeah, dude.
He needs help.
He needs some help.
From Michael.
Like, actual Jordan, yes. And it would have been prime time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. Any fucking way. So, he is just really fucking unaware how he got there. And when I say he partied, I mean, like, it's like later on. I mean, we're gonna kind of skip a little. This was the railroad sequence.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whenever they're like, you're one of us now, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, what the fuck? So they all fucking hang underneath this railroad bridge. And he's like, hang on. And he's freaking the fuck out the whole time. And now, like, one thing I did point out, which was really funny, because they all drop off into this fog and you can't really see underneath it. Now, earlier in the film, Michael is carrying in, like, just one arming a whole fucking barbell with 2 weights on either end of it, just like it's nothing. We get to the railroad bridge sequence, and everybody's hanging on, and he's just kind of hanging on. And I'm like, dude, like, yeah, I mean, sure, it's your hands, but motherfucker, you think this dude's done some pull-ups as quote-unquote ripped as he is, and as much as he works out and shit.
But to take in the note here, there was a train jostling that whole railway.
This is true.
I don't think anybody, even as ripped as they are and as much upper body strength as they have, they probably couldn't hold on for a long period of time with that much motion.
Fuck that. He is Michael. He is one of them now. That motherfucker should have had the power to stay on.
Well, he didn't have the power until, like, the next day or 2.
Lol, he has no excuse.
Just saying.
Yeah, I know.
But
yeah.
But our favorite part of that sequence is whenever he's falling.
God.
He's just losing his shit. He's just like, and then he stops for like a good 2 seconds.
Yeah,
and just looks like,
around.
Huh? Oh, wait.
It's all like the camera shot right there, because he's like, ooh, it looks like he's doing backstrokes in a pool. In the fog. The foggy pool.
Yes.
He's Oh, that's when that's when he falls into the bed, and we realize that he is a non-showering, dirty son of a bitch.
He's
with
nasty motherfucker.
Bitch. So that night, or that morning, he gets a phone call, and it's his mom saying how she's got a date with Max, and she wants him to watch his little brother, and Sam.
Because he's a little baby.
Yeah, Corey Haim is like, I don't need a babysitter, and he's like, sure, Mom. So, that fucking happens, and that night he tries to attack Sam while he's in the bathtub.
Which Nanook saves the day.
Fuck yeah, doggy.
The husky. He's basically in the bath with, well, not in the bath itself, but in the bathroom with Sam. And Michael starts feeling that change, that hunger, that adrenaline kicking in for what's happening to him. And proceeds to go after Sam in the intent of getting fed, basically. Well, Nanook sits there and hears them coming up to the door, and he literally just pounces on fucking Michael down the stairs, full on, and Sam runs out. What the fuck is going on? Sees Michael on the bottom of the stairwell with his hand bit open. Oh, it's fine. You know, it was just Nanook. He bit me. He's like, what did you do to my fucking dog? Kind of like he was pissed at Michael. And Michael's like, I didn't do anything to him. He bit me.
Right.
He's like, why did he do that? Because I was going to attack you. Why would you say that shit to your little brother?
Yeah, no shit. And then he looks and he's like, your reflection's not there. And he's like, there's like a little shot where you can see that he's transparent. And he's like, you're a vampire. You're a vampire, Michael. I can't believe it. My own flesh and blood. My own brother is a shit-sucking vampire. Like a goddamn shit-sucking vampire.
Proceeds to run to the room.
Shit-sucking vampire.
With a shit-sucking attitude. Locks himself in the bedroom. Freaks out his mom.
Says, calls her on the date.
Says, he's going to kill me. Oh, my God. Whatever. And then here comes Michael flying in his room. Unwillingly.
Oh my fuck! And this was actually a little funny though, because he's just like trying to hang on to everything, and he's just getting lifted out of the room, and you're like, what the fuck?
Grabs the telephone while Sam's on the phone. Don't listen to him, Mom. He's lying.
It's like the most awkward fucking conversation to have.
No, Mom, I'm not trying to kill my brother. Literally.
You know what my favorite part about that was when she's like, oh fuck, and she's like, I'll be home in a minute. She's like hauls ass, and you see Max upstairs like sitting down at the table just kind of sipping his water, and he just kind of happens to look over and see her hauling ass, and you know he's fucking sitting there like, you know, well, I was gonna pay anyway. I was gonna pay for it. Like, am I that bad?
Dine and ditch.
Dine and bitch.
Dine and ditch.
Yeah, she hauled ass. So you know. Anybody in their right mind would be like, they're fucking bailing on me.
Yep.
I ain't gonna get that.
I ain't tapping that tonight.
I'm not having dessert.
Fuck.
I'm not even having dinner. Actually, you know what? Fuck that. If I were him, I'd be like, you know what, man? Fucking give me steak and lobster.
Yeah.
Give me all the things.
Sympathy food. I feel sad.
Fuck yeah,
I
dude.
feel sad.
Give
me surf and turf.
Surf and derp.
Slurp and derp.
Slurp and derp. Ew.
Yummy.
Yeah, so that all fucking happens, and the Sam and the Frog Brothers are trying to kind of figure out all this shit, because he goes back and he sees them, and don't they give him another book?
They gave him another book beforehand, and then they proceed to figure out, okay, so do we know who the head vampire is? Because if you kill the head vampire, all the other ones would just, be cured naturally. And Sam's like, well, it might be Max, because, like, they eventually find out once that Lucy bailed on Max, she actually goes to his house to apologize, but then comes to find Thorn, the dog, literally trying to rip her to shreds.
Who's a fucking thorn in her side.
Literally. Bitch, I'm Bella Thorne.
It is Bella Thorne.
Yeah.
That dog is Bella Thorne.
So she tries to get away from Thorn in the whole situation. And then Sam's like, I think it's Max because, you see, they're protected by hellhounds, like dogs that are guardians and stuff like that. So I think Max is the one. And they're like, well, how can we prove it? Oh, whoa, he's coming over for dinner tonight. You should come. And this is where the shitstorm hits.
And before that, can we please talk about how Michael tries to ask Star for help, and her only answer is to fuck him?
Yeah.
Like he's legit now.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Now, getting laid. Come on, now. Like you're sitting there just thinking, well, dude, you got lucky. You got to check that's wanting to fucking S your D like all night long. But the dude is scared and he's sitting there just like, I literally need fucking help right now. I don't know what the fuck to do. Probably having a fucking panic attack. He's probably got anxiety, and she's just like, oh, I know what to do. And you're just like, oh my fuck. Like that's the answer to everything, everybody. If you need help.
Cry, little sister. That was literally the song that played through the entire movie.
I fucking love that song though.
I do too. But it was just perfect whenever they're literally having their moment. It's just, cry, little sister.
Yeah.
And then the next sequence, which kind of like got me thinking for a second, it was just the clouds and flying around and just whimsical feeling. And I was like, is this like a montage of like what sex is like? Just flying through the clouds, just going in deep.
Yes. Dude, was it?
Water everywhere.
Well, and there was water, and then there was milk. Because I think like a little bit before that, Michael tried to drink some milk out of the fucking fridge. And
this was before he went to attack Sam.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He got so fucking sick, and he was like, and just like the fucking. And me and you were this is the conversations we fucking have while watching these movies. He fucking hits the floor and drops that, and I was just like, is that another fucking like, dude? I'd get sick over that milk too. Fucking carnation milk.
And I go, what in carnation?
Yeah, what in carnation? The fuck? Can I point out that's like that fucking was one of the most flimsy ass milk jugs I've ever seen in my life.
It was made out of paper, like
yeah,
actual sheets of paper. Just ooh, milk.
Yeah, have you guys ever made like a fucking paper boat?
It's like paper mache milk carton.
Yeah, the integrity of that boat was probably stronger than the integrity of the fucking milk carton.
Mm-hmm. Needed some Flex Seal.
I sawed this fucking jug in half
and put it back together with flex tape. Woo, doggy.
Oh my god.
But
yeah. So the Frog Brothers agree to come to dinner. Like, we're gonna jump back to that. Frog Brothers agree to come to dinner.
Boing.
Boing, 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 boing. Yeah, jumping like a frog. That's
much.
right. Feeling froggy, bounce over there.
Frog.
So, I mean, they try to sabotage the dinner basically by having like minced up garlic and everything, which I pointed out, and I forget about this line every time I watch this movie, and I've seen this movie a lot, where when he goes at a door, when Max goes at a fucking door, Sam and is about to let him in, and he's just kind of standing there, and Max says the line. He's like, "I'm not coming in until I'm invited."
Yeah, the man of the house should invite me in. Are you going to invite me in? And Michael goes, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah,
he don't care.
Yeah, which for anybody that's familiar with any kind of vampire lore, a vampire cannot enter your premises unless they're invited. So, clue number one.
And then proceeds to be thwarted by hiding his identity by the boys, and was unsuccessful because the garlic didn't work, the mirror trick didn't work, and the water didn't work.
Yeah, nothing worked.
They're like, I was sure it was him. It seemed logical. Well, it wasn't. It wasn't logical at all.
Yeah.
Or was it? But the audience was the only people that caught on.
That's it. So
the next day happened.
Didn't I think somewhere around here they're trying, like, David takes Michael to like stalk this group of people on a
like beach partiers. Yeah, they're in a tree and they're like, initiation's over, now it's time to feed.
And they just turn and look, and they all have their fangs out. They've all like
the eyes and the jawbone, like everything is just like defined.
They've become the fugly vampires. But let me point out that their fang location are like old school to where it's not your front two teeth, but it's literally the teeth on. It's not even their fangs. Not even
not the
their actual
incisors.
fangs.
It's right in between the incisors and the buck teeth. It's like right there in the middle.
Yeah, and you're just like, what the figgity fuck is going on here? What incarnation? So they fucking just murder the fuck out of these little bastards on the beach, and dude, that looked like a killer fucking party.
Literally. I like that one shot of the I don't remember which one it was, but he grabbed one of the bald guys and bit into his head like a freaking orange.
I take offense to that shit.
Just spurting blood out of his skull.
I also take offense to that shit.
What, you want to get bit?
No, I'm just being a shit right now. It's cool. I mean, I was
sucking motherfucker.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. No. Yeah. So,
but yeah, it was like when you bite into a beer can and you do the shotgun. It was like literally that.
Oh, dude, that was fucking spot on analogy. So, Michael is over there fucking just completely horrified at what's going on, and all the while this is happening, he is physically transforming himself, and he is fighting this because. He's like, oh, fuck no, because he's already figured out if he feeds, he turns full vampire. He's only half vampire.
Full glampire.
Full fucking glampire.
Yar. Did you have some feed?
Yeah, just a bit. Just a fucking bit.
Is that blood in your cup?
Okay, so...
But yeah.
Yeah, and that night... after that, basically, David wanted Michael to be Star's first kill to make her a vampire, and this is when he actually goes and talks with Sam. Which wasn't this the very intense rotary phone dial sequence
where it needs the dialogue on the bottom of the subtitle says rotary dialing intensifies.
Dude, I swear on everything that needed to fucking happen because he's just like I'm talking like just flipping the shit out of this thing.
Yeah, so Michael basically tells Sam what's going on. He knows where the lair is. He calls the boys up to go, hey, let's go find them and kill them. And they proceed to basically go save Star and her little brother from them and kill off the master vampire, the head vampire, whatever you want to call it at this point.
Yeah.
And they go in Goonies style, like into the cave, and they're like, well, where's the coffin at? Like,
where's One-Eyed Willie?
And they look up, and they're all like hanging literally like bats on the ceiling.
And they freak the fuck out because they're like, whoa!
Whoa, this is the big coffin. This cave's their coffin.
Yeah, because Sam was like, I thought they'd be in coffins. And then fucking Edgar's like, it is. It's one big coffin.
Yeah.
Dude, can we please point out the fact that the first motherfucker, they stick a stake right through his heart? Fucking Marco. And it's Alex Winter. And if anybody out there listening doesn't know that name, it is Bill S. Preston Esquire from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Whoa.
Dude. He got fucking just shafted. Literally fucking shafted. And it was hilarious because, like, you know, we watch these movies and we're just like, holy fuck. But, dude, that little sequence right there, he was just spewing, like, blood and, like, pus and all kind of, like,
unicorn.
Yeah.
Unicorn glitter.
Can we talk about the fact that, dude, like, how fucking cleanly that steak went through? Because you pointed that shit out.
How does a 10-year-old or 11-year-old child hanging from like the wall and ceiling of a cave have enough force to drive a wooden stake into a vampire?
I mean, I think it's implied that they're that age because I don't know that they ever really like say how old some of these people are in this movie.
But they look about preteen.
Yeah, for sure. But it's so fucking funny, dude. Because the stake is like bigger than his arm.
How cleanly in there? Like, I don't understand that logic. Like, they literally went straight through his whole body and he just fell to the floor.
It's a hell of a fucking splinter.
Oh, I know.
But he hits right, but he hits the fucking ground and he just he dies, and then he's like, you know what? Guys, it's been real. I'm going to go fucking travel time in a phone booth with fucking Neo.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, my eyes.
No, it's funny. I'm just thinking about him. Like, everybody walks away out of the cave or whatever, and he's just like, well, takes his fucking shit off. Like, he's all of a sudden got jeans, flannel, and, you know.
That was not excellent.
Cuts his fucking hair. That was non-heinous. And fucking just walks over to fucking Circle K.
Mm-hmm. Gets into a telephone booth.
He's like, I'm gonna fucking leave from Santa Carla and go to San Dimas, motherfucker.
Yep. But
fucking anyway. They get Star, and there's this little boy that was missing that you find out was with this pack, and they get them out of there. So it's Sam, the Frog Brothers, Star, the little boy,
and
Michael.
Whom, weirdly enough, Michael was completely passed out in the car within a 10-minute time frame of getting Star and the boy into the car until they met up again.
That vampire life, man, it sucks the energy right out of you.
Literally. So,
yeah.
Everybody's in panic mode because now they know the rest of the group, is going to come after them once they, awaken from their slumber and night hits. And they have 2.5 hours to figure out what to do. So they're literally going Home Alone sequence on this house. They're like filling a bathtub. Well, hold on. Let me reverse for a second.
Yeah,
they go to a church, right, during a baptism and grab holy water out of their canteens in the little spigot things. And everybody in the church is just like looking at them like, what the hell are y'all doing?
Yeah, and then Alan just kind of gives them the nod like, yeah, thanks, guys. And they fucking leave or whatever.
Proceed back to the house.
God.
Dump, like, literally 3 canteens of holy water to fill up a whole fucking bathtub.
Yeah, I was fucking saying that when we were watching. I was like, hold the fuck up. Because it's just a shot of all 3 of the canteens getting poured, and it's a full, we're talking like not half full.
A little over half.
Like, tub.
Yeah.
This ain't no fucking small tub, dude. How the fuck you gonna get holy water out of 3 canteens in a bathtub and fill the motherfucker that? And then they poured fucking cloves of garlic in it.
Make some soup.
And they sure the fuck did go home. Well, actually, maybe Kevin McAllister went full-blown Lost Boys in Home Alone since it came out later. Mm. What if Macaulay Culkin were one of the Lost Boys? What if he were one of the Frog Brothers?
Mm.
That would have been pretty fucking funny.
That'd been funny. But it didn't happen.
It did not.
So yeah, they fill up their super soakers with holy water and garlic. Proceed to wait for the other boys to come and find them.
Dude, they fucking take all these sons of bitches out.
Literally, casually take them out.
But I'm telling you, man, that bathtub death was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Threw the motherfucker in there. Actually, first of all, he was like, oh, garlic doesn't work. And he's like, yeah, but holy water does. And fucking he splashes his face and he's like, ah. And then the dog fucking comes hauling ass. And he just throws the most, WWF style drop kick into this fucking dude, knocks him into the tub, and he just goes full blown. Remember Gremlins whenever they're all getting electrocuted and the water's hitting them and they're just fucking disgustingly melting?
Yep.
That.
Making soup.
Making soup. Yep. Yeah, so he gets all fucked up and the entire water system in the house just starts going bloody haywire, literally, blood shooting up out of the toilet, the sink, the kitchen. Piping, the kitchen, everywhere. This house is getting
poltergeist,
dude. It's poltergeiser,
literally.
Yeah, it's getting fucked 9 ways a Sunday. So we get to the living room, all this is going on, and Sam gets attacked by Dwayne. And he shoots this fucking arrow, and he hits him. And you point out, you were just like, really, on the first hit? And then fucking Dwayne gets up, and then Sam just fucking shoots him again right through the heart and into the fucking stereo system.
blaring some kind of 80s music in the background while he's electrocuted.
It sounded like Twisted Sister.
It did.
Did. How you doing, dud?
How you doing, dude?
How you doing, dude?
What? Not gonna take it, dude.
Not gonna take it, dude.
No. I ain't gonna take it
anymore. But that scene was electrifying.
It was very illuminating.
It was shocking. Mm-hmm. It was the most shocking death of the movie.
Stunning.
Yeah. A lot of electricity. A lot of electricity flowing through this motherfucker's veins.
It lit up my life.
Yeah. It's lit as fuck, yo. So, they did a thing where Edgar was talking about how these vampires are going to go differently. They'll like explode, implode, this, that, and the other. And you pointed out like one of them did implode and the other one literally exploded.
Yep. So what's next?
What's next? So Michael gets attacked by David and pretty much forces Michael to like just tap into his vampire powers, and he manages to like get the upper hand and throws him onto a fucking set of antlers.
In the room where the grandfather does taxidermy, has all the freaking parts and pieces from animals sitting on his massive ass table. And he basically goes through like some antelope like horns or something and just sits there. Well, come to find out, David wasn't the master vampire because neither Star nor Michael were cured. So
along comes Max's dorky ass.
What the hell is going on here?
Here I come to wreck the day.
Maximum effort. And he proceeds to tell Lucy after he sees David on the table with a slight of concern. And he's like, this is why boys need their mothers. And you were the perfect choice for that. And then everything's like, oh, he was the vampire. Duh.
Dude, Max had the corniest look on his fucking makeup when he turned around, though.
He looked like Jack Nicholson's Joker.
Yeah, and it was funny because you said that, and then Michael turns around, you know, in a new light, and I was like, oh my god, in that lighting and that shot, he looked like Michael Keaton. So
it's like Showdown.
Did we just have like Batman? Was that like a sign that Joel Schumacher would come along and fuck that up one day?
Well, he fucked it up on one movie. He didn't fuck it up on the first one.
Yeah, Batman Forever wasn't terrible.
No.
So, yeah. This is happening, and it doesn't look very good for Michael. It looks like Max is going to kick his ass to the max. But what happens?
You hear the fading horn of Grandpa. And he clashes through the wall with, I don't know, like 10 fucking logs tipped with spikes.
Bruh, he goes full blown hard ticket to Hawaii with that motherfucker, like driving through the fucking
and happens to hit one log straight through Max into the fucking fireplace and explodes in the fucking like ash.
Gorgeous. And you know, he just casually gets out the fucking Jeep. And he just, you know, everybody turns it normal, by the way. And he just gets out, walks over and just grabs he grabs a beer out of the refrigerator and just starts kind of sipping it. And he just fucking sits there because they're like, Grandpa, and it's like, Dad? You know, Lucy's like, Dad. And he's like, one thing about living in Santa Carla I could never stomach, all the damn vampires. And then he just shuts the refrigerator door and the screen fades to black.
And that's the end.
Yeah, and that's what cracks it. That is probably one of the coolest endings ever. Because you find out the one guy who was joking about how kind of a trash hole town it is, but he still lived there because the rent was so goddamn cheap, all this other bullshit, is like, he fucking knew the whole time that this was actually a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids that thought their grandpa was just fucking this crazy guy. Dude, if I guarantee you, they could have probably talked to him and he'd have been like, oh yeah, y'all need to get the fuck out of here.
Why are you here again?
Why are you here?
You think Phoenix is bad? Your ex-husband has nothing on vampires.
Ooh, burn.
Just saying. Well, if you're in Phoenix, you'd be burned.
That's right. Melting. Fucking hot as hell.
Heck.
So that's Lost Boys by Joel Schumacher.
And then we go from shit-sucking vampires to
blood sucking, blood fucking feasting and maiming and mauling.
bitch werewolves.
I said, there's wolves over there.
I said bitch werewolves.
Over there. And by over there, I mean the Great White North.
Ginger snaps.
Up in motherfucking Canada.
Which, after I was watching this and he pointed out, I was like, I kind of got that vibe. It was either Canada or UK.
Directed by John Fawcett.
Trip.
You guys want to know who John Fawcett is?
All three of you? Well, two of you know.
All three of you.
Two of you know.
Now, you sit there and you're like, Ginger Snaps. Okay. So, he also did a horror film called The Dark. But a lot of his other work was like TV shit. Like he's directed episodes of Xena Warrior Princess, Queer as Folk, Blade the series, and he actually is the co-creator and director for Orphan Black.
Oh.
So there you go.
Little tidbit.
That's John Fawcett, and he has brought us Ginger Snaps. Now, Ginger Snaps came out in 2000. Lost Boys came out in 1987. There's a 13-year gap between these two films. Now, the reason that Ginger Snaps was so, how do we say, at the time, a little controversial is because it was depicting like teenager-on-teenager violence in the wake of the Columbine Massacre.
Very touchy subject.
Yeah, so, like, needless to say, this movie came out, like, during a time where a lot of the subject matter in it, which we look at it 18 years later, and it's still a pretty decent movie, but you just look at it and you're just kind of like, you had to have been there to really, like, get that, oh, this was probably kind of touchy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But any fucking way, this deals with two teenagers that have a very strong fascination with death.
It's pretty much like the first 10 minutes is them taking pictures of themselves, like in certain death poses or, you know, situations. Or one of them's like a lawnmower being ran over them, or them being impaled by a fence. And yeah, this is pretty much how they are.
Yeah, and it is sisters named Ginger, obviously title character, and Bridget, played by Catherine Isabel and Emily Perkins, respectively. Catherine Isabel, I pointed out to you, was in Freddy vs. Jason.
Because I kept looking at her face, and I was like, she was in something I know. And I couldn't pinpoint it.
Mm-hmm. She was also in, oh my god. Dude. Was it American Mary?
I know she was in Carrie, the newer one.
Was she?
Yeah. I was looking at her IMDb.
I'm trying to think of, though, because, yeah, it is American Mary. Yeah. Which, that's a fucking great movie, too, so. But any fucking way, Ginger motherfucking Snaps. So, guys, okay. There has been, like, a shit ton of dog murders in this fucking town. The Dog Days of Canada. That could have been the name of this movie. The Dog Days of Canada.
Dog Days of Summer.
A?
Throw A in everything.
Yeah, well, you find out like right at the dead beginning of this movie that these sisters, as children, they made a pact to die together.
Yep.
So, yeah, that you get like an introduction to these two sisters that you find out they're extremely close with one another. You find out like they've been through some fucking shit together. Okay. Mm-hmm. And this school bully named Trina just kind of fucks with him, you know. And the opening sequence that you were talking about, where the snapshots were happening, was kind of like a show reel or
slideshow.
Yeah, thank you. I'm old, so yeah, slideshow in their class, and the teacher's kind of appalled by it, but the students are just like, "Can we see more of Ginger?" Mm-hmm. You know, to the sisters, you know, appreciation. They're just like, fuck yeah, fuck these motherfuckers. So They're out on, what was it? What were they playing? Like, what, lacrosse or some shit?
Yeah.
So they're being scoped by, you know, boys as, you know, this is a fucking high school setting.
The next best sleigh.
They're just fucking sitting there just trading off smokes on this fucking cigarette. And
Yep.
The school bully Trina is giving them shit, and
she has this weird like obsession with this one kid or this one guy that comes pulling up with the drug wagon.
Sam. Yeah. So I think it's because they caught him like kind of maybe looking at her or glancing at it or something. But anyway, like on the field on this particular day, Trina pretty much fixes it in the lacrosse game to where she's gonna push Bridget onto a dead dog's corpse, blood everywhere.
Thoroughly embarrassed, the sisters walk away,
but not before like Ginger pretty much threatens to beat
her
the
ass.
fucking shit out of her, man. Like, I'm talking like beat the fuck out of her. She's like, you want me to kill her for you? I'll kill her for you, B. I'm just like, holy shit. These women mean some business. So they kind of they devise a plan to kidnap her dog.
Mm-hmm.
And Ginger begins her first period. Not with class, but ovulation.
Bloody hell.
Obviously ovulation.
And her mom is just like this happy-go-lucky, very housewife attitude about it. She's just like, oh, honey, it's okay. You know, we can talk about it. Like, just making it seem so goddamn uncomfortable and awkward for them because they're at dinner with the dad there, and the dad's just like, honey, really? Are you serious? You're going to talk about this at dinner? And
yeah,
they excuse themselves and go, you know, take care of it, whatnot. And I think the next day, both the sisters go to... No, this was after. I'm sorry, I'm going ahead of myself. They had a sequence after that when they're in the forest or like outside of the house or something.
Yeah, they're at a park.
Yeah, they're at the park. I'm sorry. And they get this like weird feeling happening, and all of a sudden this like creature just comes out of nowhere and starts attacking Ginger.
Well, they find the dog. They find a dog corpse.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're just... Dude, out of nowhere, she just gets jerked off frame, and you're like, what the fuck?
Jerked off frame.
Mm-hmm. See what I did there?
Yeah. So Bridget, the only thing she has on her is her camera. And she's
old school Polaroid camera.
And she's like meleeing this damn beast on its back.
I mean, she's beating the fuck out of it. And every time she hits it, you see the flash go off.
Yeah, like it's just snap. Ginger snap.
Ginger snapshots.
Basically. Ginger Snapchat.
Snap on, snap off. The snapper.
So she hits it hard enough to where the dog lets go. And
hauls nuts away.
Really. Literally, and goes across the street, and here comes Sam and his drug wagon, and just all over the fucking road.
Dude, god damn, and that was just a big fucking mess, just splattered everywhere. And I was that was funny as shit because like you just this was your first time seeing this, and it was hilarious because like it just the shot picks up and it's Sam in the driver's seat and his just the look on his face, and you without missing a beat you were just like, yep, same dude.
Yeah. Just like fuck.
It's probably I just had this motherfucker detailed
with all the weed money I sold.
Oh my god, dude, I'm gonna say this while we're talking about this fucking van, and I want to say maybe it was the next... No, was it? Yeah, it was the next day, because Ginger and Bridget go home, and Bridget freaks out because like amongst all the scarring and all the fucking cuts and bites, they're all healing
and growing hair.
Yeah, and she's like, I can't have a hairy chest, dude. That's so fucked. But the
typical teenager.
Yeah, but the scene I'm talking about is like fucking they Ginger gets in this van and smokes some weed with these other classmates of hers. Now there's a shot coming around the van, and the fucking van says community greening program, and I fucking died.
How ironic. Just community greening each other in the van. The little hot box.
Right. So Sam was like, man, fuck this shit. So he goes, opens the back door. He's like, can you guys get the fuck out of my van? All this other shit. And here comes bitch ass Trina with her fucking dog, who once Ginger steps out of the van is just like
losing his shit.
Oh, dude, fuck yeah, man. And then like Ginger just kind of looks down and she just fucking kicks the shit out of this dog, and I was just like, man, that's a Thoughtweiler.
Yeah.
Thought be gone.
Barking at the wrong one.
No shit.
But then Bridget realizes that there's a big ass indention in the front of the van and starts to wonder, okay, what the hell happened here? So she questions Sam. She's like, what happened to your van? And then they're like, okay, we both saw the same thing because Sam found the picture of the dog creature thing that attacked. And that was the same creature that, he hit. No, okay, what happened? What is this thing? What's going on?
Oh, yeah. And he says something. He's like, you ever heard of lycanthrope? And she's like, and he thinks he's being clever about it, like that she's not gonna know. And she's like, I know. Like basically, he's like, yeah, have you seen werewolves around here?
Mm-hmm.
So that's when you're just kind of like, oh fuck, that's where this is going.
Could this be a thing?
Oh, it's gonna be. But dude, after this attack though, like Ginger starts kind of like transforming in like a lot of different ways. She starts like glowing, like just beautifully. In fact, like
a heightened sexual like advancement, basically. Like her posture like gets more upright, like she becomes more alluring. Her hair even turns to like rogue with the strips of like gray going down each side, and she's just a very like sexual icon now.
Yeah, and she's starting to behave like really aggressively towards other people.
What was that dude's name? She was like all over.
Jason. Yeah, and she winds up like taking him, and she fucks him in a car, like unprotected, by the way, because that's what just happens. Oh, and then she kills a fucking neighbor's dog.
Can't explain why until she's like, I feel this need to like thrash things and take them apart. And like she's literally like this crazed beast at this point.
Yeah, because Bridget's just like, what's happening to you?
So,
yeah, go ahead.
She proceeds to try and figure out what the hell to do and goes to Sam and figure out the cure or relief or whatever. But in a strange twist, she tells Sam that it's her, not Ginger. So she's like, I'm feeling this change, but what do I do? So Sam hands her this silver piercing. It's a little ring. It says, usually silver purifies the blood. So the next sequence, Bridget is basically trying to do like a homemade piercing on Ginger's belly button to hopefully purify her blood with the werewolf or the lycanism, and stabs her. It gets stuck in the skin, and Ginger's like freaking the fuck out, and her teeth start to bare, and her eyes almost like glow for a second in the shape of the wolf, and they finally get it in. Well,
it doesn't really work.
No, it didn't do shit.
So Sam kind of is like, well, monk's hood, which is a flower.
Similar to wolf's bane, but not as potent.
Yeah, and it will actually like supposedly cure the lycanthrope tendencies and all of it. So
the sexual aggression.
Thing.
Which, come to find out, Jason was going to brag about his recent lay, and looks down, and the boy's like, what, did she bite your dick off too?
Oh yeah, because he is bleeding from his dick.
Proceeds to go use the bathroom, and he is just spouting blood out of his dick, like not like a fire hydrant, but he's peeing and it's just coming out like a reddish pink color.
Yeah, if you guys ever you guys ever drink from a water fountain at school, or like anywhere that's got like a public fountain, and you just push the little thing and there's like a little stream. Imagine that being filled with Hawaiian Punch,
or cherry limeade,
or Mountain Dew Code Red.
Yeah, right into the urinal.
That's right.
And he's freaking the fuck out. Goes near Bridget, and Bridget's like, just looking at him. He's just like, I broke a red ink pen in my pocket. All right? A red ink pen. Like, he's just like fucking aggression about this shit. And she's just like, I didn't even ask.
Yeah, he's definitely got like that super male pride testosterone flowing through him, where he's just like, man, fuck that.
Times 10.
You're just like, dude, fuck off. You definitely just peed blood.
Pretty much.
And what goes on after that? I'm trying to remember, because like isn't that she shows up No, it's like there's a lot of shit that happens between, but like, key points here is that Trina eventually shows up to their house because like, she's growing a tail now. Like Ginger's growing a fucking tail. Bridget finds all this shit. She's like, oh my God, like, just she sees her transforming basically.
Yeah, her nails start getting longer, her teeth showing more. They got to this one point where in the locker room and they're taping her leg with the tail like on
that shit was funny.
With like electrical tape to hide it.
They should have used flex tape.
Seal that bitch.
Yeah.
But like you were saying, Trina eventually at night the next day comes over to the house and is like, "Where's my fucking dog?" And I knew it was you because of da 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 da. And
there was milk that was spilled on the floor, by the way.
This is a common trend in these films.
She goes to drink milk. Ginger goes to drink milk, and like all over the floor. She can't drink the shit.
Well, Ginger grabs Trina and brings her into the house and tries to make her quiet the fuck down. Well,
she pukes in the sink,
and then proceeds to grab one of the knives off the block and threatens to stab him, basically. Well, she slips on the milk on the floor, corner shots the back of her head onto
the fucking counter.
Oh
my God. Dude, and it was just like just the biggest and you're just like, I looked and saw your face and you were just like, oh.
Which, the way they panned that out, I thought she was going to actually fall headfirst onto her knife. The way they arced her head forward, I was like, okay, she hit her head, and then it would have did like that, right into the forehead.
Oh, yeah.
But no, she had it to the side, and it kind of flew to the left side of her, and her head just cracked on that corner and fell to the ground. Girls were just like, what the fuck do we do now?
Oh, yeah, because right at that moment, here come the parents.
And beautifully done, like, clever thinking. They move the body basically into the freezer in the garage, like, or the storage area, basically. Mm-hmm. And they're doing a sequence of pictures. When the parents walk in, they see the blood on the ground, they see Ginger, and here's Bridget with her camera taking a picture. It's like, oh, it's just another one of our, prank pictures. Don't worry about us, Mom.
Yeah.
We'll clean it up.
Guys, look, the beauty of being oddball, weird, or whatever the fuck you may be, you are perfectly fine.
You can cover up a murder real easily. And we're not condoning you do that. We're just saying it's possible.
Yeah, just thanks for taking it that way. That's exactly where I was going with it, actually. So,
Don't do murder.
Don't do it. Don't do it, dude. Don't fucking do it.
So Mom proceeds with some raw meat to bring to the freezer, and Bridget's like, oh, I'll do it.
That was one of the funniest fucking scenes, man.
So she goes to open the door, and there's Trina's body just like all rigor mortis pose and shit. And Bridget's like,
she looks like the Ancient Aliens dude meme.
Yeah.
Like,
werewolves.
Yeah. I'm not saying it was werewolves, but
werewolves. And then Bridget, out of nowhere, tries to get her mom's attention. What do guys like? What do guys want?
Let's go sit on the couch and talk about it.
She drops the meat in the freezer. It's like, oh, okay.
Right on her fucking face, dude.
Yeah. Beat. Drop some meat on her face.
That's right.
Ew.
Meet me here.
She went to the app Meet Me.
She's got some serious beef with her.
Yeah.
That's right.
Drop that meat to the ground.
On the ground. But, so, they go back to Thar out to move the body once more. Ginger hands Bridget a screwdriver, and they start kind of chiseling at her because she's fucking like a block of ice at this point. And you just hear crunch, and they're like, "What?" And two fingers that have been frozen together just crack clean off of her fucking hand.
Which also, here's another inconsistency: how does a body get that frozen that quickly within 10, 15 minutes? Not even.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even if
Because that was
to us, it was 10, 15 minutes. You never know how much time actually fucking passed. Because that conversation she had with her mother could have taken a while. But even still, like, that's pretty fucking frozen, dude.
Yeah, they were, like, blocked. Like, she was completely frozen at this point. Like, where you can see the sheet of ice, like, creating around her.
Deep freezer.
Yeah, it's like, man, that was really quick. Man, they must have some, like, heavy-duty freezers back then.
Well, they go to bury the body in the tool shed, and they fucking lose the fingers.
Right next to the outside of the shed.
Yeah, and Bridget keeps trying to tell Ginger she's not going to be able to go out anywhere, but Ginger just keeps fucking going out. More and fucking more. And then she notices that her mother had bought a plant or a flower, and it was the fucking monk's hood. Because she's like, where'd you find that?
Oh, I just found that.
The reason she freaked out is because earlier on they had talked about this plant not even being around until what was spring, yeah, and it
was fall,
yeah,
because it was Halloween when all this was going on.
Mm-hmm. And it was purchased just for a craft project, and she takes some of it and asks Sam to make a cure for it.
So basically, makes a syringe of, werewolf vaccine.
And then she's leaving with it, but then Jason confronts her. The what I would like to call the who has the STD, lycanthrope STD from Ginger,
and he's ready to kill at this point.
And probably one of the most scenes for me in this movie.
Just gotta stick with it.
He lunges at Bridget, attacks her. She winds up taking the syringe, jamming it into his jugular, and filling him and pushing him off, and it winds up curing him. But he gets up kind of confused. He's like, hey, and he's just talking a full-blown conversation. You just see this fucking probably 2-inch long needle, maybe even 2.5, just stuck straight into his fucking neck, just wiggling. And I hate needles. I'm covered in tattoos, but I fucking hate needles, man. Like, straight up.
Mm-mm.
And I looked and I was, because I can handle blood and gore. I can handle bones breaking, fucking brain mush, blood. But that.
A fucking needle. Mm-mm. He just gets up, and it's just like he said, just wobbling in his neck. He's like,
oh, God.
I gotta go study and go to class. Oh my God. And he just walks away with this fucking syringe.
Oh, fucking God, dude. That's like the scene in Saw 2 when they push old girl down into the fucking pit of needles. I cringe and hurt and like get phantom pain every time that shit happens. So when this happened, I don't know if you noticed while we were watching, but dude, I was holding my neck that entire fucking sequence. I was just like, oh God.
Mm-mm.
Just fuck that shit. Actually, I do have that written down here on my notes.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah, needle neck. Fuck that. Oh, and by the by, the cure, it looks like they were, mixing drugs, and it looks like heroin, or in this case, weroin.
This is literally what he deemed it as.
Yeah, weroin.
Beautifully done.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we see Ginger with white hair. Like, full-blown all-white hair at this fucking point.
And she has, like, the whole transformation on her face happen. Like, she has the eyes are starting to sink in. Like, not like the eyes are going into the skull, but, like, the slits are going deeper onto her nose. Like, it's, like, completely just changing her outlook on her face.
This is when she goes to that greenhouse bash, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the mom winds up finding the fingers in the corpse. And she goes looking for them, and she sees, like, Bridget's, like, already running on the side of the road, just getting the fuck away or whatever. And her mom picks her up and drives her to the greenhouse bash. Ow. Fuck.
And then proceeds to ask, what the hell's going on, tells her, you wouldn't understand, and she's like, but you're my babies, and, that's all that matters to me, so if need be, when we get done with this, we're going to go home, we're going to light the house on fire, and we're just going to run away. And Bridget's just like, really? What about Dad? Oh, he'll just blame it all on me.
Mm-hmm.
So just fuck it all. So, yeah. Bridget goes in to find Ginger, and Ginger's like going straight to fucking Sam. And like I said, like the full face is just like caved in. Like you see the lines of the wolf like outline coming out of her face, and she's ready to fucking kill.
Oh, she breaks the fuck out of his arm too.
Yeah, after he
just rejects her.
He rejects her straight up with the sex, and he's just like, he's feeling all kind of awkward and weird. Which, rewind for a second. I'm going to point this out because this is the first feeling I thought when I saw this. Whenever Ginger got up in her underwear and all I saw was her booty and tail, I was just like, I am just so confused right now.
I am confused. Hello, it me.
I'm like, okay, this is intense and weird and like, wow, I want that. But no, that's...
It was just funny though because I saw you and you were like, I am so confused right now. I was like, this is great.
So that was happening while Sam was trying to reject her. He's like, oh, I don't know what to do. Get off me. Kind of like, and he pushes her off.
Because he and Bridget have a thing.
Yeah.
Know.
Or so he said not.
Yeah.
But she proceeds to like fuck his shit up and breaks his damn arm. And you hear the clean snap and it's like,
yeah.
So yeah, Bridget walks in and proceeds to like try and talk her out of it and stop her from doing anything. Well, she grabs a knife and slits her hand open after she really can't talk any sense into her, and she cuts Ginger's hand and puts the blood together. It's like, now we're together.
Yep, infects herself. Yeah. And now you're just like, oh, well, there's this fucking plot twist.
Yep.
Yeah. So they fucking leave, and she's gonna get her, some help because Ginger agrees to be helped. Sam fucking just pulls a little Nicky and fucking hits her right in the face with a shovel.
And Bridget's just so confused, like, why the fuck did you do that? She's like, I didn't want her to escape, and Bridget's like, I'm getting her to my house.
Yeah, fucking had her, man.
And he's like, well, how was I supposed to know? I mean, I feel for him. How would he know?
Yeah, true. Well, what the fucked up part is, like, they're leaving in the van, and she transforms into full-blown werewolf on this ride and escapes the van.
And boy, is this like, I am so like, ugh.
Dude.
Ginger's werewolf form looks like a, like, hairless beaver.
Yeah.
Like Sphinx cat almost. Like, it's so weird. I've never seen that version of a werewolf done like that. Her face was just smushed in. Like, she had the cheeks like almost like a rodent. And the face, like, from the side looked like a wolf, but the front was like just like Chinese looking, like, badger, like, weird thing.
It had the same smile on its face as the fucking cancer-infested snake.
Yeah.
From Hard Ticket to Hawaii with the, hey,
want to buy some drugs?
Hey, hey, just over and over.
Right out of the pooper.
Could you just imagine, like, that's... No, fuck that. She transforms into a full-blown werewolf, and you see her, and she's like... Ginger, what are you doing? I'm actually about to kill this motherfucker, Bridget. And it's like, it just calmly just fucking talks like normal. Like, talks like Brian from Family Guy.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I'm actually going to kill this fucking... I'm going to kill this asshole, Bridget.
Which also I've noticed, her mouth was so weird from the front, too. Like, she had one side, like, completely higher than the other when she was snarling. It was just so, like, unorthodox to see that. But anyway... Yeah, they have this whole little sequence of going back and forth and trying to defend, Sam from the werewolf and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, meanwhile, like, they hid in the pantry to make the cure while they couldn't find her. So, like, when he goes to find her, like, she attacks him and chases Bridget, and she drops the syringe. But then she winds up coming across Sam, who, dude, he's in a bad fucking way.
Yeah, he's all bloodied up and shit.
You guys remember the scene from Terminator 2 Judgment Day when Miles Dyson is leaned up against that fucking drum of explosive liquid, and he's holding that fucking trigger underneath the pedal, and he's like, I don't know how much longer I can hold this. This dude was doing like his fucking best Miles Dyson impression.
Mm-hmm.
Bleeding out of fucking everywhere.
Any orifice. Every orifice.
And the second scene that I kind of went at a long time ago when I first watched this movie, Bridget sees Ginger in wolf form right by him, and she kind of slowly approaches and starts scooping up Sam's blood off the ground and eating it.
Like, literally, like, if you just fingered some girl and you put it in your mouth, like, she was doing that with the blood, just, like, grabbing it with her 2 fingers and just eating it like it was just nothing. Proceeds to puke it up, and Ginger is aware that she's not doing this, and Bridget's like, I can't do this, I'm not going to do this, and then proceeds to chase Bridget.
Oh, dude, but right before she does that, when she tells Ginger she's not going to do it, she just
kills Sam.
Yo, she crushes his larynx like that with her jaws. Like, and you're like, oh, God, why? Ugh.
So, yeah.
So she gets chased into the basement where they basically grew up because they shared the same basement room with 2 separate twin-sized beds. They're probably their whole lives.
Mm-hmm.
And Bridget's like, I'm not dying down here with you. And so the fucking werewolf form Ginger jumps at her, and meanwhile Bridget has grabbed a knife out of the top drawer, and you see Ginger land on Bridget, and you're thinking, oh fuck, she's about to fucking bite her face off. No.
Here's the knife.
Yeah, she fell onto the knife heart first. Bitch, she dead!
Proceeds to die. And probably the most awkward shot of Ginger I've seen in the whole movie was her laying on her side, and you just see like human female tit on her chest with the rest of her body. I'm just like, this is probably the most awkward werewolf shape I've seen.
Oh, yeah.
Hands down. But proceeding to the rest of this part, she's literally watching Ginger die in front of her, and she's looking around all the pictures and just remembering all the memories they've had together, and now that she's going to be gone, basically.
And she starts crying and lays on her.
Crawls up to her, lays her head on her shoulder, and you just see the breath like picking her head up real slow, and then it just stops.
And zoom out.
End movie.
Fucking downer.
Mm.
Fucking downer.
Yeah.
But this was a good fucking movie.
It really was.
And
both of them were.
Yeah, they both really were. And the reason I like this one is because the character development of the sisters, like, you can tell that, and you buy into them being that close. And there wasn't really a lot of exposition for that.
Mm-mm.
You know, you get the picture that these two are very much like what I coined is like overly gothic Daria.
Especially Bridget.
Oh, yeah.
She was that very awkward version of it. Not like the straight up like smart ass introvert. She was just this like completely shut in, like, I don't want to talk to people.
Yeah.
While Ginger was just literally a redhead that was a bitch.
A bitch.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that was Ginger Snaps, man. And the interesting thing about both of these films, Lost Boys and Ginger Snaps, is they both spawn trilogies, actually.
Milk.
And Milk.
But yeah, I noticed that on the IMDb page. It had several versions of Ginger Snaps after the original.
Yeah, there's Ginger Snaps 2 and then Ginger Snaps Back, the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
In which, probably sometime in the future, probably not anytime in the near future, but definitely in the future, I'd like to at least get the second one of Ginger Snaps on here.
Might watch at least both of them. But yeah,
absolutely.
review one of them.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Because I want to see where they took it.
I want the snapback.
Fuck yeah. So in seeing both of these movies, which one did you enjoy more as far as altogether, like the total package of a film, not just based on any like one piece of it necessarily?
It's hard because production-wise, Lost Boys was so far better. So much more better, I'm sorry. But development-wise, I thought Ginger Snaps was better. So it's like...
You get style versus story, basically.
Right. And I think I like Ginger Snaps more because of just how it progressed. Like how the story and character development happened. It was so much more emotional, so much more engaging and gripping to me. So I would give the edge more to that one, even though I like both films on so many levels individually.
I have to agree with you on that one, like 100%, because Lost Boys is it's a classic movie, and you can never go wrong with watching it. But as far as the character development goes, you have a lot of funny sequences. Both of these movies have some humor, but in Lost Boys, you don't necessarily get that. Oh my God! Okay. In Ginger Snaps, the sibling turns. The other sibling wants to help. The first fucking instance that happens in Lost Boys is the siblings like, fuck you, run away.
You're gonna die, basically.
Yeah, like, you fucking chicken shit fuck. Like, but... And that's just, nitpicking or whatever. But, I mean, as far as a total package, sure, like, Lost Boys has, like, the visual shit going for it, the star power, the director, and everything like that. And it's a classic. It's always going to be one. But I very much give the edge to Ginger Snaps in terms of story, development, and emotion behind it. Because you buy into every bit of these two sisters being this close. And
bite into it.
Literally. Bite into this motherfucker. So that's my opinion. Ginger Snaps has the edge on this one. There you go.
How about that?
Thank you to our 3 listeners that sent these in. We really appreciate it, and it was a lot of fun.
Very, very.
Especially being able to do something that was, because when we pair these films off, we tend to stick certain likenesses within the films together. This one obviously being, a vampire werewolf kind of thing, because that's always been in lore, like vampires versus werewolves have always kind of been, a thing.
But in a weird way, you had the siblings together. You had
the
transformations of each, and then you had Milk. I'm not going to lose that.
Fuck no. Don't ever lose the D.
No. Ever.
Yeah. So, in closing, before we roll out, got a couple of announcements. If you haven't been following our social media pages, we are currently working on a YouTube channel to release the entire library of our episodic content.
Yay.
Yeah. So far, I have over half of our content rendered down into video form, and we will be launching that within the month, and we will keep you guys updated out there in the internet land on where to go, what to search.
Who to search, how to search, why to search.
Yeah. So, about the YouTube channel, we are going to need 100 subscribers when it launches to have our own customizable URL. This is where you guys come in. It's going to be first come, first serve, obviously, but we have Super Media Brothers Podcast buttons for you motherfuckers. So, anybody that wants a button when the YouTube channel launches, go click the subscribe button, subscribe to our channel, and send us proof that you did it, and we'll send you a button. It's fucking simple.
Simple. I don't know why. I can't think of anything.
Yeah, and also, if you do subscribe, regardless, we'll give you a sticker. That way, it's like, hey, you're getting something.
Even though you're getting the two of us with great content, you're getting more than that.
Yeah.
What's not to gain?
Snot.
Snot.
What's snot to gain?
So go do it.
Yeah. Go.
Eventually.
Go do it.
When it happens.
Go do it.
Go do it.
But here's the thing. Listening to us is one thing. If you want to keep up with when that happens on social media, because we will be doing it, I'm going to give you the fucking rundown of where to follow us on social media. Yay. Facebook.com/SuperMediaBros.
Bam.
Twitter.com/SuperMedia_Bros.
Ka-chow.
Ka-chow. Instagram.com/SuperMediaBros Podcast.
Wow.
Come look at our ka-chowing stupid pictures.
Chow.
Chow.
Owen Wilson's not included.
Owen Wowson.
Wowson.
It needs to be Owen Wowson.
Owen Wow.
Wow.
But no, he's not a part of this. He has no affiliation with our channel. Although, if he ever does listen to us, that'd be interesting.
Right? I'd be like, hey, dude, what do you think? What are you doing?
It's wow.
How's the wow factor? Wow. Thank you guys very much for listening to us wherever and however you're listening to us. If you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, on Podbean, Stitcher Radio, Player FM, SoundCloud, Google Play, literally wherever, thank you so very much for tuning in every week. Be sure to share this with your friends if you think they may enjoy it. Rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes. It really helps out a lot.
It tells us how bad we are or how good we are, or a mixture of two.
Exactly.
So we know how to not suck and how to be good.
So we know how to not suck and how to suck.
Just not, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just ah! Ah!
I'm suddenly reminded of the Japanese Google Translate the Star Wars.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Ah! Don't do it, Negan.
I have the high ground.
You underestimated my power.
Burning intensifies.
They have another one for episode 5 whenever he's he's fighting Vader and he gets his hand cut off and he just goes, ah! But what's even funnier is 2 parts. There's one part where the lightsabers are hitting here. Skit, 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 skit.
Fuck.
And then you hear, all of a sudden you hear this like, and it's like, what the fuck is this noise? And it's Darth Vader's breathing. You just hear,
Guys, it is late.
Yeah. It's going on 3 o'clock right now.
Yeah, 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. I know. Yeah. So, that has been Cult Cinema Showdown 5. God damn it. Thank you guys so much.
All 3 of you.
Yeah. Glampires and lycanthropes.
Ha ha.
We think we're funny. We're really not.
No.
But, you know.
We are the ones that laugh at jokes.
I am the one who laughs.
Ha.
Let's troll everybody again. We're not leaving just yet.
And now we're leaving.
Oh, wait, nope. No.
And now we're leaving.
Yeah, okay, we're really gonna leave this time. Once again, that was episode 36, Glampires and Lycanthropes. Until next week, I've been Midnight Agent Raw.
And I'm Old Comer.
Shades on!
We're off.